Give it a little double tap. Pretty cool so far.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Frank Latella. I'm a gun store owner, self-defense instructor, and patriotic civilian. Today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Byrna Mission 4 launcher, a less lethal gun. This is actually the second video that I'm making regarding the Byrnas. The first one was the handheld launcher. So if you didn't catch that video, make sure to watch that one as well. I'm going to put it in the description and make sure to watch both, because a lot of information that I might leave out of this one is because I already stated that in the previous video. So definitely watch both. So I want to jump to my first unboxing of that. I had no idea of the details or anything. I just ordered it online, had it sent right here. So let's take a look at this.
All right, we just got this package in. We're gonna take a look, see what's inside. So right off the bat, good case. Think a little bit extra with all these clips, but good case. Ooh, all right. We don't need that. Where are we at? Ooh. All right, so definitely has a cool look to it. All right, so I'm treating it like a rifle. So we have no magazine in here. I'm pulling back on the charging handle. And first thing I notice is the dust cover does not open. So maybe it's there just for show. I did not read the owner's manual just yet. Okay, so from what I see, we have a foregrip. All right, so we have our stock that can be mounted on. We have what looks like a kit for cleaning, like a bore snake. All right, so this is pretty sweet. So we have this double magazine, which is what I actually have on my rifles, my Tavor, my Zion. So this is pretty cool. Anything else in these pockets? All right. So the CO2, definitely a larger size compared to what was on the handgun. So that's pretty sick. Now, my initial question is, where do I buy these if I need some more? I have to see where the closest store is to get them filled, because these don't look like they should be disposable. So we got that. Anything else in here? Once again, a little bit excessive with these clips. They might be trying to go tactical on us. Nothing. You know what I just noticed? I don't think it comes with any projectiles. So what the hell am I supposed to do? All right, well, when you buy a gun, it does not come with ammo. However, when you purchase the Byrna handgun or hand launcher, it does come with the kinetic rounds. So unless I'm missing it, that's definitely very odd. So now it's useless until I order some of those. So just like our first review, I ordered this from Lipsy's. Now Lipsy's is a wholesaler, distributor that sells only to firearm dealers, which means Byrna did not send me this for free, and I am not getting paid by Byrna for this.
So based off of my first experience with it, a few things stood out, a few things surprised me. But of course, just like anything, you have to get to know the item. Even though I don't like reading owner's manuals, I decided to read through the entire thing to get a better understanding of the items. And I also went onto Byrna's website, and I have a few things to compare. I'm going to do that towards the end of the video. Now, one thing I wanted to say before we get into details on this, if you are new to this channel, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I post a lot of content with firearm and self-defense reviews, strategies on personal protection, and everything related to this topic. So at the end of the video, if you get value out of it, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing with a friend.
All right, so before we jump into the Byrna, I want to talk briefly about this rifle. So this is a firearm, and of course, anytime we're handling a firearm, we need to make sure there's no magazine, make sure there's no live round. It is set on safe, finger off the trigger, safe direction, as always. So this is made by PSA, Palmetto State Armory. I consider PSA a good brand, although it's a budget brand, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is only about $425. You could find some guns up to maybe $600-700 with an optic. Definitely your bang for your buck. Now, this is chambered in 5.56. So 5.56 round, on average, about 2,700 feet per second. Just an extremely quick overview regarding the magazine. So these are training rounds, dummy rounds. And when I'm loading these up, I'm just popping them right through. I insert into the magazine well. I pull the charging handle, and it chambered around. Now, if I'm going to unload, I simply take that magazine out, pull that charging handle. You saw it fly, but I'm always going to do a visual, and then again confirm it's on safe. Now, let's check the weight on this unloaded, and this is an approximate because my hand's going to be semi-balancing it. We're looking at about 6 pounds, 3 ounces. No magazine, no ammo, no optic, nothing. Meaning it's not very heavy. So the reason why I wanted to show you that is just to go through the first video I made, actually. I compared the Glock semi-automatic handgun to the Byrna handheld launcher. And this video, I just wanted to touch on it for those who aren't familiar with firearms, but are focusing on that Byrna so you can see a clear distinction, okay? So now it's time. Let's focus on the launcher. All right, so we're going to start with the weight. All right, so I took out the CO2, took off the stock, just like we took the magazine out of the rifle, just so it's just the base of it, right? And once again, I'm just trying to give it a rough balance here. We're at 3 pounds, 10 ounces. Now, of course, when you add the CO2 in the magazine, it's going to increase the weight. But guess what? You're holding it with 2 hands. It's not that bad. So instead of me just guessing like I normally would and try to figure it out, I'm going straight from the Byrna manual, and I'm going to read it as I'm going through the process to load it, okay? So first thing, put the safety selector switch in safe mode. All right, we are in safe. Now, it says install this barrel blocking device. Makes sense, right? So I'm in a safe direction, and I'm going to put this over it. In fact, I'm going to come over the top. So for a negligent discharge or accidental, it should stop it. And I'm going to put it right underneath that rear sight, just so I have some room to pull this. And it seems like it's on there pretty good, okay? Point barrel in safe direction. Cock the launcher by pulling the charging handle all the way back, okay? Now, from here, I'm going to always keep the launcher in a safe direction whenever the CO2. They want me to lubricate the valve over here. And guess what? I'm just not going to do that right now. But that's where it would go. Twist the CO2 cartridge clockwise into the adapter until it stops and it's pierced. So let's give that a go. I'm twisting this guy through. Let's see if I can... kind of want to switch to that right hand for a second. What's going on here? What's going on? Oh, there we go. That's it. Before I go all the way in, let's see what's next. Insert, okay, twist the cartridge clockwise until it stops and is pierced. Install the buttstock next. All right, so I'm going to keep on twisting. Oh, I heard that. All right. We got this. Install the buttstock. Let me put this down so I can install that. All right, so this one slides right through. Guess we'll stop it right about there. And it does come with a tool to tighten it up. So clearly this is not a speed thing. You're not doing this quickly. Couple days later. That was harder than it should have been. Seems more like, you know, plastic material versus polymer like you'd find on this. And I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but we are good right now. So this says that we are ready to shoot, but obviously we don't have any of our ammo in there yet. But I do want to just see if it's cycling, meaning I'm going to turn it on fire. I'm going to raise it in a safe direction. In fact, I should do this first. I have to put the CO2 valve forward, put it on fire, and we should get... All right, nice. I felt the air come out of that. I'll put it on safe, put it back. Not sure if that's supposed to happen, but all right. So at least I know I got the CO2 in and got the buttstock in the right spot. All right, so I'm going to be loading up this magazine. Now, when we have these two magazines paired together, Byrna markets it as either A, you have double the ammo, or you can use the black one for the kinetic rounds and the orange one for the pepper balls if you so choose. So I'm going to lift this lever up, I'm going to turn it, and it comes apart. So I could use it as a single, but let me read you what's on the side here. Stage 1, to load, turn clockwise until stops. So I'm just going to twist it a couple times. You could see that black thing dropping down. And I'm not going to load the entire magazine, so I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So I'm going to put these on because I have no idea how this machine is going to react. And I'm going to come to my target over here. So what I need to do is I'm going to place this in. Okay. Still on safe. I take this guy off. I'm going to bring my valve forward for the CO2. Turn it onto fire. And let's see what happens. Okay. Close distance, it shot, no recoil, felt similar to that handgun. Let's give it a little double tap. All right. Pretty cool so far. So we moved this guy. You got 3 holes here. I only found 1 at the moment. It went through. It fucked up the plastic rifle case, which is nothing, you know, it's not really saying too much because it is just simple plastic. But I'm trying to find that other ball. Maybe it'll be around here somewhere. But close range test. Okay, not bad. All right, so I'm going to take the magazine out in a moment. I just want to see if a round stays in the chamber or if it comes out like on the Byrna handgun. You had to press the lever on the top. But just to skip ahead about unloading, meaning taking the CO2 out, I'm reading this, and it says after you take the magazine out and put the barrel device on it, it says put the safety selector switch on fire, point the launcher in a safe direction, and discharge the remaining gas in the launcher by repeatedly pulling the trigger until the launcher stops firing. So basically, they're just saying continue shooting to waste it. So there really isn't like a paintball gun. You unscrew it, it kind of sprays out a little bit, but it's a reusable can. I think that makes so much more sense than just firing that repeatedly. But let's just take a look and see how, if there's a round in the chamber or not. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'll just put this thing back on. All right, let's face this direction, same as the way I was shooting. So just like on a rifle, this would be my magazine catch, and it comes out. So that round came out, and that may have been the one that was in the chamber. So let's take a look in here. So I don't see anything in there. Just for the sake of making sure, I'm going to take this off and fire, although, okay, we're good. I turned the CO2 valve off, and I'll put that safety selector switch down. All right, so what I want to do next is I want to test the accuracy. When I did the handheld launcher, it was about 60 feet, and it was pretty accurate. There's a couple contradicting statements on the Byrna site.
On Byrna's website, when we go to the Mission 4 kit and we scroll down to the performance side, it lists an effective range of 100 feet. Now, going to the law enforcement Byrna site, this same launcher, as far as effective range, is 39 feet on a 6-inch target and 65 feet on an 18-inch target.
I'm not really sure what the discrepancy is, but I'm going to test it out for myself. All right, so it's a bit windy today, so I'm going in here. Hopefully this will change. 15-mile-an-hour winds, Boynton Beach, Florida, about 75 degrees. You see this is set to 0, and I'm going to just roll it, and we're taking a walk. All right, so it's almost 50. So it looks like I'm going near the canal. Might have to pop a gator. And that's roughly 80 feet. Let's do this. All right, so we do that reload. I don't think I have to charge it. There's no bolt release, so we'll see what happens. And we are out. I think I missed. Complete miss. All right, so there's not shit on here. I may not be an expert marksman, but as a law enforcement firearms instructor, I could hit something from that distance. Once again, it could be the wind, right? I didn't shoot more than 6 rounds indoors before I came out, so it shouldn't be the CO2. Definitely not going to be accurate at 100 outdoors like they advertise.
So a few things that disappointed me about this. You know, the more I started looking at it, I saw the name Tippmann. And Tippmann is a paintball company. Currently, they do make real firearms. But I remember I was like 12 years old, and I had a Tippmann Model 98 paintball gun, and I had so much fun with that in the woods, you know, shooting at each other in cans and this and that. And when I look at this, and on the magazine, it says Tippmann, but it also says Stage 2, pull down and hold to insert 68 caliber paintballs. Wait a second. Byrna's not promoting paintballs. They're calling it kinetic rounds. That's odd. Well, of course, when we look at the gun, and this is not a secret, right? But Tippmann, their name, their logo is printed on here. But I cannot see anything on Byrna's website that states Tippmann, or at least it doesn't stand out. So here's my thought on this. And I'm just speculating here. When I close my eyes, I envision the CEO of Byrna, the CEO of Tippmann came together, had some whiskey, and said, how can we both make more money with each other? Well, why don't you buy the rights to my Tippmann gun and you just say it's for self-defense? It's basically a paintball gun that shoots non-paint rounds. And if the main thing is, well, it's for self-defense, so you have the pepper ball, then can't Tippmann just start selling the pepper balls? You know what I mean? Now, listen, I'm a capitalist. I'm not against people making money. It just seems like the marketing is way forward on the self-defense side. You guys see Jimmy down here? Let me say hi. All right, guys. I want to hear from you in the comments, and I want to hear what your thoughts are on the Byrna company as a whole, the Byrna Mission 4. Is it a gimmick? Do you own one? What are your thoughts on it? And I want you to drop some comments on what I should make a video about next. What product? What category? Tell me what it is that you guys want to see, because I do read the comments. So if you guys got value out of this video, please consider subscribing. This channel, Frank Latella's Self-Protection Network, posts a wide variety of content from self-defense to firearms, knives, functional fitness, Second Amendment news, and everything in between. Be safe, guys, and remember, you are your own first responder.